showcase. We are second to last episode, I believe.
Should be.
All right. So assuming us as a party do not monstrously fuck up in the next 3 hours,
It's possible.
We'll see.
we should be wrapping up Icons by next week. Of course, we would like to thank our sponsors, D&D Beyond and Lucky Dice Cafe and Station Retro. If you're looking for a live game, you should head out in the Huntsville, Alabama area. You should head over to Lucky Dice and Station Retro. Captain Sack will be running live games there from Thursday to Sunday. On Monday night, we'll be back with our next episode of The Escorts. Tuesday will be another episode of Esper Genesis. But before we get to next week, tomorrow night, we see the return of Curse of Strahd. I hope you're all excited, because I am super excited. They're in one of my favorite areas in Barovia. So, with that in mind, 2 weeks ago, where were we? Where did we last leave our heroes?
All right, you had basically raided the Storm Chaser HQ for information. You had wrecked one of their bites. You had lied to their poor sidekick repeatedly, or at least intentionally left her with false impressions. Let's see. You basically had to break out, or sneak. Well, it was more of a sneak than escape than a breakout. But since trainees are not generally allowed to leave until they've at least been through some orientation. You had met back up at the safe house, and I believe y'all were getting ready to head towards the EZ.
Mm-hmm. Based on my knowledge, that's what we were planning.
It seems that everything from the case you were working on to the twins' mother, who's out that direction with the rest of the Storm Chasers, all signs seem to point back the way Osnadurta came from.
All right.
And is currently walking towards.
What was that, Jeremy?
And is currently walking towards.
That's right. You were going to step out of the apartment and head off on your own, weren't you?
Yeah. The way I pictured it, I wasn't even going to return to the apartment. I was just going that way. Because we were still invisible.
Well,
that's a fair point. So the rest of you meet up at the apartment. Let's see. V, you weren't here last session, right?
No, I missed, unfortunately. Sorry about that.
Okay. What you had done was turn a bunch of the characters invisible. You had stayed outside. Your brother had gone in. Basically, it made out like he had a job and talked his way back out. You swapped places with him, went back in, turned everybody invisible, they got him out.
Okay.
You yourself, I think, climbed up to the top floor and jumped out the window and started mimicking a bird.
Okay.
Or how was the animal made it?
So
I will say Calliope was super clutch last session.
Oh yeah. And
I'm glad
Phantom
we could be helpful.
pretty much collapsed after pulling off that stunt.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
All the more
You were the one that phased everybody.
Mm-hmm. So, Phantom's a little winded after that because it took a lot out of him.
So anyway, you all get back to the apartment. Save for Osnadurta.
Well, we're missing one, so that's not good, first of all. Does anybody really... Because I turned him invisible, is that a thing that I can see maybe where he has gone? Or which way he has walked towards?
Probably not. Though, since you're the one that turned invisible, you could drop the invisibility whenever you wanted to.
That's very true. We're gonna do that. Because where's Ozzy?
All right, after Dirta,
Hi,
how are you exiting the city?
I am doing the same thing I did when I came into the city, walking.
You came into the city on a truck, didn't you?
Yep.
This city,
Nice.
yes.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question. Is Kansas? I'm gonna ask a real stupid question. Is Kansas City actually that close to the Canadian border?
No, not at
No.
all.
No, it's
Okay.
extremely far. Kansas
Yeah.
is like right here. Canada's up here.
Then that's even more impressive.
Kansas is
Yes.
very kind of middle of the country.
It's a solid like 5 days on car. Something like.
Really glad that was clarified. So confused. I mean, it would have been much more understandable if we went to Mexico, but Canada.
Yeah.
Although all the Texans would have been like, "Hey, you see that? Could be coming to the show." Just being silly.
As somebody who lives in Texas, they would literally just put a cowboy hat on him and be fine. Have
Fair
a
enough.
point. Have a point somewhere.
Give him his Give him his cowboy hat and a 5-iron or whatever it is, or whatever.
The next time you see me, I just have a revolver and a hat.
And some
You don't know why.
spurs.
They don't know why.
So we hear you jingling every time you walk.
They welded spurs on his feet. All right. So yeah, so you dug around the back alleys. You were headed, trying to get out of Kansas City.
I'm not in
What
Kansas
are the rest of the
anymore,
heroes? How are the rest of the heroes planning to look for Ozzy?
Well, for now, I'm with Detective Top. Ozzy left us. You know, when we were invisible, I didn't see him leave. Although I heard him, but Phantom was weak, so he's still with Top.
Boosh, boosh, boosh,
So
boosh.
probably by the time we got farther away from the base, the invisibility dropped. That's when we realized, oh, there's Top.
Well, she could. Well, not she. Calavium.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Wait, that's not the right one, is it?
Well, I figured Phantom wouldn't have known that.
No, Clavium's the mother.
Yes.
Clavius, however you say it.
Cleopas?
Cleopas, thank you.
You were so
You were-
close.
You
That's
were
right.
doing
I
such
gotta
a
remember,
good
it's like
job.
platypus.
You were doing such a good job when they weren't here.
I know. Yeah, now you giving me that one on Tuesday I have to remember.
I sent
Alright.
you I sent you the phonetic spelling.
That's true. You did. I'll give you that. All right. What was I going to say?
Well, you were asking about.
Oh,
what
right.
we were
Right.
doing.
V's character can drop the invisibility on. She doesn't have to drop it all of it on all of y'all at once, since she has to basically make a separate, use of it every time she hits one of you with it. She could drop it on just Oz and Dirt and leave the rest of you invisible. Drop everybody's at once or any combination she wanted.
True.
Well,
so
But we're
maybe
all out and had reconvened at the motel, whatever the hell we were staying at.
Motel.
more than likely, I would have. He would have dropped the invisibility on
Okay.
everyone once he was sure everyone was out.
And then we realized there was a big guy missing.
We are missing one big boy.
Gladius,
Um,
how the fuck did you people manage to lose him? He's
I mean,
Everyone
not
was
good.
invisible.
quiet.
I swear to Jesus, everyone was invisible.
He's not
Someone on a
quiet.
There's one thing of being quiet, and then there's another not showing where the heck which way he went.
True.
And if he hits grass, it's fairly quiet. Yeah.
Maybe he learned how to walk softly while in there. I don't know.
Or he decided he was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Or
or
that's
that.
what he was doing, from what I've heard.
Yes, that's what he was doing.
I'm sorry, he was doing what?
He was
He
on the
was-
ceiling.
You were there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you saw that before I even
were
saw
there.
that.
Yeah, he was doing
Yeah.
that as Gladio was getting ready to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they were playing around, giving you guys distraction. My character didn't know this until, Top probably told him.
I mean,
Is Top here?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought I saw your name in the chat, but I hadn't heard you yet.
I tried to talk. I'm just too quiet apparently.
we would
Yes.
have been on comms, Daniel. So you'd have been hearing exactly what was going on as it was happening.
Okay, we'll go with that then.
Would Aussie have communicative device with him, or did you guys he's too stupid to use one?
Probably tried to give you one and you shorted it. Oh, what's this? Oh,
fair.
broken.
Or you gave him one, he didn't have an ear to put it in something.
Just magnetizes to the side of my face. Psh.
He's just got an audio jack over here. I don't know what to do with it.
See, the USB port excuse you?
No, it's a dedicated audio jack. It's how they know Apple didn't make him.
Oh, nice. Got him.
All right, heroes. What are you going to do about your missing member?
Well, probably get in the truck with Top, and then the two brothers will go on their bike, and we'll try and find them using comms. Because, probably not too hard to find a big boy making a lot of noise in the city, especially this one big. It's probably going to wake up the officers and such.
Well, let's hope he
Cut
just
back.
doesn't attract the attention of the supers again.
Well,
Cut back to me, and there's just a squad of police cars behind me.
and they're slowly following you. And flash it in. You're just like, ooh, pretty. I'm seeing the Blue Brothers kind of thing with the police officers.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so y'all load up in y'all's assorted vehicles. What kind of search pattern? Where do y'all think he'd be going? Where are y'all going to start looking?
Well,
Maybe.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
probably have Top do astral projection if Top would be inclined.
I was thinking about doing that. Yeah.
That's why I figured sticking you in the car so you can astral project while I'm driving you around.
That sounds good to me.
No, officer, I'm sorry. He just had a few too many to drink. Don't mind him.
He's just dead tired.
Feel his
Ever
pulse,
seen
there's no-
the man with two brains?
But probably my character will deal with going on the main drag.
Okay.
I don't know what the twins are going to do, but I figure since they got a motorcycle, they can probably, do whatever.
I'll take whichever direction that they don't go and fly over it.
Okay. All right, everybody, give me awareness checks.
Can I roll dex for the hell of it?
Excuse me. Everybody except Deca, give me awareness checks.
Oh wait, it's coordination here. Can I roll coordination for the hell of it?
No, because I don't trust why you want to.
It's probably
Don't
a
trust me
smart
to cut it. Get a 10.
idea. Also, V, I
Yeesh.
love how you rolled a 3 and I rolled a 6 and we got the same number.
We're
Twinning.
20.
twin-
We didn't even have to tap a determination point for that.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Ah,
so let's see. Was that 6 a part of it?
My roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my.
Okay. I wasn't sure where y'all started. All right, so everybody beat me because I rolled a 1.
I mean, you still technically had a 5, but yeah, we all beat.
Yeah, well, it should be difficult to find one person in a city, but
You know in a haystack, buddy.
He didn't get that far.
that is true. Taking the truck out of the main drag, Phantom. In a very short distance, you see a bunch of police cars, 5 or 6 police cars over to one side. There's
no.
a few, there's a few people's cars pulled over and they're out talking to the police. It doesn't look like a traffic stop or a ticket. Most of the police are heading kind of down the embankment, like they're heading back behind some buildings or heading towards some buildings. Let's see. Would probably be reasonable. I don't know, because the police encrypt their radios these days, don't they? So you can't just run out and buy a police scanner like you used to.
I could attempt something, but I don't know how well that would work.
What are you going to attempt?
I can attempt telepathy.
Okay. I believe that is your...
Willpower, I think.
Yeah.
After.
I can't remember if it's willpower versus willpower or if it's your telepathy rank versus their willpower.
That's a question. I'm not sure either.
I believe, if I remember correctly, it is willpower against willpower. I think that's how we did it last time, but I'm not sure.
All right, telepathy. Roll a telepathy versus willpower test to read an unwilling or unsuspecting subject's thoughts. Willing subject to require test. A failed test means you cannot read the subject's mind. Need a higher degree of success for deep or forgotten long ago memories.
So I don't use any core attributes for mine.
Nope, just your telepathy level.
All right, so it's a 2, so it's not going to be that bad. Good, but let's see if this will work.
Not bad.
All right, what is the common police officer's willpower?
Is that in the book?
He's probably going to look up like what's a base normal person's willpower or something. I don't know.
Maybe like
Nope,
drink.
police officers. Stock
Oh wow,
characters.
they actually have a sheet.
You've got
Right.
bystanders, cultists, henchmen, ninjas, police officers, robots, soldiers, thugs, zombies, and then you get into animals and dinosaurs and all kinds of stuff.
It's your standard Pathfinder monsters.
But anyway, police officer, willpower of 3. All right, so D6 plus 3. Ooh.
Fail.
Now, to try to read someone, if you have failed, to try to read this same officer's mind again would require a determination point. There are, however, like 8 or 9 police officers on the scene. I will let you make one more attempt on a different officer.
Might as well. I mean, what the worst case scenario?
Before you've basically driven past them.
Yeah, I'll try
Any
one
more
more.
than that, you have to slow down. That might draw their attention.
True. Although then again, they're probably like waving us by anyway, so around them. So I'll try it one more time. We'll see what happens.
Oh,
Crit.
let's go.
I rolled my minimum. You rolled your maximum.
Nice.
You get into this officer's head. He ain't happy to be here. He don't know why he's here. This sounds like something the super should be handling. He is not equipped to handle some big robot man. You pick up that they got a call in. Somebody sent some footage. It's clearly Osnaburta they're looking for. They have forwarded on to the storm chasers, but haven't heard anything back yet, as far as this officer knows. None of the police have actually seen anything yet. They're going to begin searching the neighborhood on foot.
Okay.
But they know he was headed east.
I will relay that through our comm system to let them know that Ozma Durton's been seen, but they haven't found him yet, the police, and that he's heading east or west. Did you say east or?
I may have said east. I meant west.
West. Okay, that's what I thought, because that's kind of weird if he's heading toward the easy. So I'll let him know that he's heading west.
Am I even able to hear the comms? Because, me being, not
That's
in my
another
body.
question I should ask about his body, since he's astral projecting. His body could detect when it's injured and such, when he's still astral projecting. I didn't know if
He is not aware of his surroundings other than that, though.
Okay, so he can't pick, if I can't telepathy link to him and alert him that way.
Well, yes, you could do basically put him in a mental network with yourself. Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I can switchboard to him then, and
Right.
while he's still astral projecting, I can alert him, hey.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
And I assume he wouldn't resist the communications, so no roll.
Yeah. Unless Detective Top says otherwise.
Yeah, you can enter my brain.
Okay.
You have his consent.
I'll alert him of what I learned from the police officer as we drive still down the main drag. And the twins should have heard the message as well through comms.
Am I able to just fly in that direction and communicate back to him when I find him?
He's got you in the switchboard set up.
So you can talk to him.
Telepathy. Yeah, it's like having comms. It's just mental.
Okay, cool. Then it's gonna be for me.
He just has to say everything twice now.
Or just think about it while he's saying it. All right, twins. You were driving around the neighborhood the hotel was in on the off chance that Ozzy got lost.
Yep.
When you are not real close to Storm Chaser HQ, but a little bit closer, you think you spot one of those rocket cycles headed off to the western side of the city.
That feels like it would be a good thing to follow. Just maybe.
Yeah. Considering the fact
And
that
just a minute or two after that is when you get Phantom's communication.
Yep. So,
that's either going to be the doctor or the intern. The sidekick.
well, let's go meet them. Well, I guess I'm gonna meet them. I don't know what I'm saying.
No worries.
Let's see. Where did I put my notes? All right, so y'all head west as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go west, young men, go west.
Here we go.
There we go. Ah, yes, Professor Tinker. I was trying to remember what the remaining guy's name was. All right. All right. So y'all start hitting west. Detective Top can probably cover the most ground the quickest. Oh, hey, Bubba's here. All right, where was I going with this? Oh, yes. So, Top, give me, I guess, an awareness. That's really the only kind of search we've got. Yeesh. Now, let's see. All right. So you start zipping over the area. You quickly go past the cop. Because they're not just, they don't just get back in those alleys and then just head east. They're actually kind of searching as they go. From what you hear a couple of them say, you almost get the impression that they are intentionally taking their time because they don't really want to run across this thing.
That's fair.
You catch up with Ozzy. Kind of as he's getting close to the edge of the city. Yeah, I mean, some time has passed while y'all are doing this. He is only a few blocks away from the Missouri-Kansas state border.
How close is he to the EZ at this point?
Probably at least half the state of Kansas away. And Kansas is one of those rectangular ones that are kind of long.
Yeah. You're telling the Canadian who has no frame of reference. I'm going to take that. I'm going to make that a reaction image later.
Oh boy.
Love you, man.
Just take the gif of it. Just take the gif of me doing that, and then just title it when the DM gives you a reference you don't understand that's supposed to make you understand things. So, just for reference, he's about one of your medium-sized states, like halfway away from it. The border of.
Yes.
Okay. I say medium-sized because you fuckers have Texas.
And Alaska. Is Alaska a joke to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Lowest population, highest landmass. And my Spanish teacher wanted to go there when she retired.
I mean,
something about there being 10 men for every one woman. Didn't ask questions.
Jesus.
Holy shit!
That woman's got her priorities straight.
I was a junior high school. I wasn't asking any questions.
That went somewhere I did not expect.
I'm fucking on board.
I think she was just talking about options. I don't think she meant she wanted all 10, but I don't know.
whatever floats the boat.
But to answer your question, the state is about 410 miles, 660 kilometers.
Thank you.
I was gonna say you're doing it again.
No, I know roughly the conversion from miles to kilometers. So he could have said miles, and I would have known, like, roughly.
So a good long walk. It's going to be a while.
A couple days walk, probably.
And the cops are just following him.
They are searching that neighborhood to see if he's in that neighborhood.
No, we left their. I left their threat radius a long time ago.
And
now, Ozzy Delta has had to. I mean, that's those initial guys that showed up. There are more officers patrolling the area. You've had to duck behind dumpsters and stuff to avoid them.
Fuck. Curse my 8-foot frame.
But kind of drifting over the tops of the buildings, top, you notice him. One of them times that he's ducked behind a dumpster, you notice, it's when you find him.
Okay. I'll just relay to the team where he is, and I'm gonna go talk to him.
Okay.
What?
I'll relay that to comms.
Okay, Top, you go talk to him.
Be like, hey, buddy. What you doing?
Are you visible when you do this?
Yes, I would have showed up visible because I don't want to freak you the fuck out
Would
again.
you just have apparated in front of me?
No, you got scared last time.
Yes, that's why I'm asking. I would have been like, "Hoo!" Who's up? Oh, hi.
I
Hello?
know you.
Okay.
So why'd you leave?
Yes. We're going there, right?
As a group.
I have to make sure the home looks nice for
I'm just gonna shake my head at that comment.
I'm sorry, what?
I have to make sure my home looks nice for everybody.
Phantom isn't sure if he should relay this information because he's still technically in Top's head.
Please don't. Save him.
I mean, he's just listening. He's just rolling his eyes like, oh, God.
It's a lot of work. It looked like trash when I was there last. If you're going, you gotta make sure everything looks nice, neat, and organized.
You're fine, buddy. You're fine.
I don't think so. It did not when I left.
I guarantee you, no one's gonna be looking at the decor.
I don't know that. Have you seen the twins?
But now you do.
That's
Can I
fair.
just
That's
can I
fair.
just ask? Can I just ask the twins if they'd be looking at the decor and he has to go clean up? I'm gonna do that.
The twins are like, what?
So let's realize Phantom is the one who's relaying all this, and he's kind of just face palming as he's driving, like, yes, and if he wants to make sure the decorum is to your liking, something like that.
I didn't think that mattered.
All right, so everyone agrees it doesn't matter.
There's still decor in the EZ.
You have potted plants. Have you not watered them in the last month? They're already dead,
house?
buddy.
There are still buildings in there?
I can't hear any of them.
We're just kind of sitting here
The twins
what?
are like, Nani?
Phantom is face palming too hard that he's almost sliding into the media, like, oh, no.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
Hey, my
He's
body.
just face palming so hard that he just wasn't because of this whole conversation that he's picking up through Top.
Please don't murder my body. I don't want to be stuck in this form.
I'm just imagining Top as you whip he's leaning up against the window, and then whack back against the window.
Poof.
Oh man,
Hopefully no
poor
one's-
Top.
Gonna have a
You
headache
get that.
later.
You get that one alert that your body's being fought. You're taking damage, and you're like, "What? Oh no, that was just me. Sorry."
Sorry. There was an armadillo in the road.
That tracks for Kansas.
I've never seen an armadillo.
I have.
I can get a picture of an armadillo if you want.
I
You
mean,
live in Kansas?
I've seen a picture. I just mean like never like seen an armadillo. Like not even at a zoo.
Oh. I've seen a lot of them.
I was like,
We've got them right here now.
when I was like 6'1", burrowed out from like a hole, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I never saw another one.
That's good. They can carry leprosy.
Yep.
The fuck?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Armadillos carry
Armadillos
leprosy.
leprosy.
Well, I mean, not all of them. It's just they can.
I'm sorry. I was just supposed to find out within this D&D game that armadillos cure leprosy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
me?
Congratulations. Congratulations. You can now go and use that in another campaign.
Don't fucking think I won't.
Ooh, dire armadillo, the extremely virulent form
I mean,
of leprosy.
if you want me to get you more creatures that carry
Like mummy rot.
diseases, I'd be happy to tell you.
That's my next druid wild shape.
Please don't do fucking koala. Those things carry some fucked up shit.
Oh yeah, lots of STDs.
Yes.
It's so weird. Anyway,
Moving on.
I'm not sure how this segue happened, or how this not segue.
That's
but,
because I hit top on the head with. And I said,
seems like a long way to have traveled from that, but okay. But
As
you're
you
right.
do
That wasn't where it
tabletop.
started.
as you do in tabletop.
So watch how you're driving.
mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean,
So I assume everybody in
that's
the vehicles is starting to beeline for where
Mm-hmm.
Ozadurta is, crouched in a dirty alley.
Yep.
I'm still kind of like this.
Eventually, the truck pulls up to the outside of to the end of the alley.
I have that moment of shock before realization. Like, oh. Is that when you pop back into your body?
Oh no, I'm sticking with you. I'm not letting you go anywhere.
What are you gonna do? Ghost through me?
I mean, at least this way I can freaking keep eyes on you. I don't trust you after run away once. No.
That's valid.
How big is this alley?
You couldn't drive the truck down it
Okay. It's not
because
one
of the
those.
dumpster stuff in the way. If it was clear, your truck could fit through there relatively easily.
Okay, but the dumpster's at the mouth of the. alley?
It's 10 or 15 feet in.
Okay.
Close to a door into one of the buildings.
Because what I can do is I can back the truck in enough so that
Yeah, that you
We're
can
not
do.
ex-
That you can do.
we're not exposing Altadurta to the main street. So I'll back up so that the bed of my truck is inside the alley.
Okay.
And I'll get out.
Hey, it's you!
Yeah, and there's you. Why'd you run off?
Yeah. I wanted to make sure my place was nice and clean.
Mm-hmm. Right, how about we go together this time, eh? Don't need you getting in trouble now.
I don't want you to see it if it looks like crap.
Well, how about we just at least get you there? Then you can go in, freshen up, then we can come in once you're ready. Does that sound good?
No.
Just into the comms, you're hearing, there is somebody en route from Storm Chaser HQ. You guys either need to figure this out or move him.
Right. Listen, Altadurta, we gotta go now. Look, we can get you as close as you need to, but you need to get in the truck now.
Well, how are you gonna get there?
You get in the bed of the truck, I'll cover you in a tarp, and we'll drive there. Close enough. We'll let you out there if we need to. But right now, we need to get out of here because we're gonna have company real fast.
Fine.
All right. So
Get into the
All
bed.
right. So Ozadurta climbs up into the bed, I assume.
Yep, and
Yeah.
Phantom will get the tarp again. It's like, here we go
And
again. And throws it
gonna
over
get-
him.
I'm gonna
And
get
then he
that
goes quiet.
It's absolutely quiet like a bird.
And then Phantom's going to get into his truck cab and start driving out of the city.
Austin Dirks is, so for reference, Austin Dirks is like laying down like this with the tarp over him.
Sure.
Well, I'm saying that for the GM's sake.
Yeah. Top, are you still astral projecting outside?
No, I gave him a hand to put the tarp over him.
Okay. All right, so y'all start driving off. In just a couple of minutes, you cross a street that marks the border between Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. They are, as it turns out, actually two different cities.
What?
Kansas City, Missouri came first, then the state of Kansas, both named after the same Indian tribe, from what I've read.
Mhm.
And then a little bit later, a bunch of communities incorporated together and became Kansas City, Kansas.
Cool.
Basically, Kansas City, Missouri was doing really well, and they were trying to cash in on that. And it only sort of kind of worked for them.
Yeah, let's make
They're
everything
still-
confusing.
They are still not the Kansas City anybody thinks about when they say Kansas City. But anyway, you are now in the state of Kansas.
All right.
Which only affects the police looking for you because of the jurisdiction change. If the storm chasers find you, it won't matter what state you're in.
True.
It's
Any
like,
registered team essentially has like federal jurisdiction.
It's like in
What was on
it's
the
like in
bike? That we've been tailing.
Give me an awareness roll because they are up a ways in the air. This will be one just from the twins.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Jason? I sat back down
Ooh.
and hit the audio issue, or the audio button on my headset, so it muted everything.
Ah.
Repeat that.
I said that the bike is kind of up in the air, so you're having a hard time seeing. The twins need to give me an awareness roll. You need to beat an 11.
Oof.
Yikes. I can't even beat an 11 if I hit a 6. And V is currently AFK.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and pull up Clapius's character sheet. Let's see, that's an awareness of... Ooh, I kind of rolled poop. Oh, V's back. Sorry, V, I just rolled for you. You rolled horrible.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. No, I just got back.
So, the angle you're at, you really can't see who's on the back.
Well, I mean, she's got a pretty... If it's her, she's got a pretty significant color.
Dark blue.
And
I think her cape may have been white.
Professor... Yeah, like... And Professor Tinker would have also been in the news reports that I had looked up. So... And I doubt he's got the same coloring as she does.
No.
So I don't need
But
to
like
see
I said-
specifically hue, I just need to see the color.
You can see enough color to know it's two different people. The one in the back, something is trailing behind them, so probably a cape.
Fucking yikes.
So you're at least sure that the back one is probably Voltaic Storm,
Okay.
who's probably not your biggest fan at the moment.
Oh man, that's great.
Oops.
Thankfully, they don't know my vehicle nor me yet. So, but I got Top next to me, so I gotta make sure he doesn't get spotted.
Yeah.
Well, he's awake and sitting next to you right now.
I tell Top to probably take off his coat, and I hand him one of my ball cap to put on.
Cool. I put that on instantly.
So he doesn't look like himself.
He doesn't look like a detective at all.
Well, at least it reduces his chance of being
It's the Clark Kent Superman.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna lean on the palm of my hand, arrested against the window. So I try to cover more of my face.
Okay. Well, the police cars you pass don't even bat an eye at you. When you're first getting into Kansas City, Kansas, you do notice there's an increased police presence. So clearly they've heard there was some kind of commotion. Just a couple miles out of their jurisdiction.
Wouldn't happen to be a bypass around Kansas City, would there? Kansas City, Kansas.
I have not looked at the maps that closely.
Really, no.
You know what? Give me an intelligence roll as you start digging through maps.
Me and Top, or just me?
You know what? Probably just Top because you're driving.
That's what I've probably figured.
You want me to give you a what?
Intelligence.
Okay. Would investigate help at all of that? I don't know if you could hear me. If you could hear me.
I'm going to say no.
Okay. It's gonna suck then.
Well, we're going into the city.
He finds you a way you can miss some of the city, but not a way to just completely bypass it. No.
All right. So we're going to be probably taking.
And then he has a whole lot of trouble folding the map back up.
Thank you.
And you both realize you really should have just used your phones. But anyway.
I'm driving. That's a good way to get pulled over.
Google Maps is free and talks to you.
When it's working properly.
See, when you're gone,
I mean, we're in Kansas City. I don't know how well the cell tower services out here. I don't even know my service.
Around a big city like this, it'd be fine. As you get out close to the EZ, not so well.
Well,
I'd imagine straight up bad at the easy. Straight up, no signal at the easy.
Well, no signal right now because they're that's one of the things they're having so much interference. Even the high tech comm units the storm chasers use can't punch through it.
okay.
Yeah. Maybe not going right up to them.
Poof! Accidentally hit their hover bike with.
Yeah, let's just hit the hover bike.
Yeah,
let's
let's
just
not-
smash right into it.
I busted one hover bike today. I'd really rather not bust the second one.
What was
At
yesterday?
a distance, you see two people get off the bike. They've landed where that big police presence is, so they're talking to the officers. At this distance, you can easily tell that one of them is Voltaic Storm. And the other one matches the descriptions of Professor Tinker. Not that he makes a whole lot of public appearances, but but enough that his picture's out there.
Must be big if he's out here. Probably wants to look at our robot friend.
Well, you also know that he is the only full member still in the city.
Yeah, I know.
Twins, give me a stealth roll.
Yikes!
Oh.
As you're just trying not to be noticed.
Which is what?
But stealth is usually coordination.
Oh, what the fuck?
Twinning.
Again.
I feel like I feel like when they roll this game, they should get like a point of determination.
I would honestly. My brother has all the determination. Me, 1.
Not so much.
Me, not so much. Hey, I got the brains and the beauty. He's gotta get something.
I suppose so.
Random question. Did I get
Oh
my
yeah, I guess I got to roll the difficulty here. Oh,
Look, he
Oh.
is well aware that he is nothing but a meat shield. Okay? He accepts his lot in life.
Yikes.
He noticed.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Jeez, it's the feds!
So Tinker, he's talking to the cops. He glances around. I mean, and he doesn't do a double take. He doesn't focus on you. He's literally just talking to the cops. Looks up, looks over at Voltic Storm and says something and kind of points.
Bless you.
She had clearly not noticed you.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, small victories?
But apparently he has heard the description, of your biker stuff enough to find somebody with enhanced mental capabilities. Yeah,
Quite the enhancement too. +8. Jeez.
it's superhuman level. He is very aware.
No wonder he doesn't want anybody arriving unannounced to his laboratory.
You see her fist spark up.
Oh.
I think it's time to go.
She points and she's yelling something, but you can't make out what it is. And she starts running towards you.
Like
I said, you're a good distance off, but you just close enough you can make out details. But
I'm gonna need you to hold on. And he just fucking spins that bike around and takes off.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he, on top of that, as soon as he hits a corner, he takes it. I mean, like, assuming it's a street. He doesn't just go down an alleyway like an idiot. He goes down a street. Because,
you turn to get off the street they can see you on just as soon as you can. Okay.
yeah.
I can cast invisibility on the bike, can I? And since it's technically carrying us, it would make us invisible, maybe?
I'm
Technicality.
not sure if that's exactly how that works.
If not, can I just cast it on all of us?
Good.
That would
Give
be
it a
fine,
sure,
too.
Sure.
You turn the corner, you hear the motor, and there's nothing there. It's a ghost bike!
Or you get out on the main street and none of the other cars can see you.
Oh shit.
That
People don't
sounds dangerous.
people don't tend to see motorcycles anyway. Now you're on an invisible motorcycle.
Yeah, it's fun. Why not?
Gladio. We really need to talk about your decision making, considering the fact that you're supposed to be the smarter of the two.
Just stop the bike. Pull off to the side of the road. I'm sure she couldn't find us if we were invisible.
God, I hope you're right.
Well, if she can find us when we're invisible.
We have bigger problems on our hands.
True.
Well, alright.
Once we get out onto a busy street, just park the bike. We'll wait.
And see if she finds us.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, 2 police cars come by. Lights and sirens going. She is sitting in the passenger side of one of the cars.
And it just shoots right by us.
You're invisible.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Captain Thunderpants is gonna be so fucking angry when he finds out that happened.
I mean, probably just because it's happened to him.
You're right. but also because we are making an absolute mockery of his fucking sidekick.
You do not see the hoverback. You do not see Professor Tinker, though.
That is a problem.
She was coming at us. What were we supposed to do?
I mean, we could have tried to talk to her because that might have.
Said the one that took off.
I mean,
No, superheroes, they're like bears. You just play dead.
If you want to be technical, you technically both took off.
Yeah, because I'm on the back of the bike.
yeah, he didn't really have a choice.
Oh, I meant like when you guys like skipped the building, like
Yeah.
they went in as you, and then you came back out.
Listen, I call that a technicality because I wasn't here for that.
Even though your character did do it.
V's like, I had no part in that plan.
You see, my memory's drawing a blank on that.
Anyway. Oh, we are gonna be hunted for the rest of our fucking lives.
And they know your name?
Yup.
I don't know mine. I'm safe.
Alright. He's gonna get back on the comms and let them know that police presence is about to get a lot stronger.
Well, we're already in Kansas City. And they're already getting excited over here. We're trying to avoid as much as we can.
Yeah, try and keep a low profile. We'll catch up with you when we can. We have a sidekick to shake.
Well, you seem to have shaken her. I mean, please head off.
We seem
But
to
the same
have
like we've
shaken
shaken
her.
her.
Seem to.
Yes.
It's not her I'm worried about.
But she's much rougher in a fight than the professor, I assure you.
I am sure she is.
I mean, in a melee fight, you don't know what the professor might shoot you with.
I mean, I imagine he's got like he's a thing where he's like he can see it coming. What's he gonna do when it gets to him?
He's a tinker. I'm sure he's got plenty of things to do.
I really don't want to put that to the test. So, with that in mind, he is gonna kind of circle the streets a little bit while still invisible. So he is becoming the most defensive driver he has ever been in his life.
It's killing him on the inside.
It truly is.
Every now and then, you drive by closer to somebody that they look up, they hear a bike and they look up and they don't see one. In your mirror, most of the time they just kind of look around and kind of shrug and go back, like maybe they assume it's the next street over or something,
Okay.
The only really nerve-wracking part is when you go through an intersection and there's a couple of the cops that are on foot searching the area.
Alright. Well, once he's sure that they've kind of sent this police presence kind of on a wild goose chase with the ghost motorcycle,
Mm-hmm.
He heads out of town towards Kansas City.
You managed to get out without too much issue. The next day, well, it wouldn't take you an entire day. You get there through the night, but are you going to drive through the night, or are y'all going to meet up at a hotel somewhere?
We're going to probably get out of Kansas City to the outskirts where there's a motel or something. Because given the police presence that was up in arms in the city, I'm too scared to stop there with Osadurta in the back of this bed of the truck.
Muffled in the back, you hear, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
All right, Dorothy.
After you get a few miles into Kansas City, Kansas, that heightened police presence seems to calm down. Something happened fairly close to the border, so they put some officers out there, to keep an eye out.
Well, still, to be on the safe side, so, he's still a bit wary.
All right, so the truck and the twins meet up a few miles outside the western, outside the western border of Kansas City, Kansas. It's a little no-tell motel. You get, you make sure to get a room kind of off the road.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only 2 or 3 other cars in the, in the motel's entire lot. So
Paying in cash as usual.
How are you getting me into your room?
they're picking you up, tarp and all.
I mean, if we
Well,
got a
Get the-
room on the ground floor,
On floor, wait, off the road a bit from people, probably on like the backside or something. Could probably invis ya.
Maybe the 4 of them can do it. I don't know about just like.
No, just 2
I
of
can
them.
take strength of an elephant or just make him invisible so that he can walk in on his own.
I was gonna
See,
say.
I like the idea of two of you giving yourselves hernias and having Gladio have to kill you.
Gladio does it with one hand.
Or we can like pick you up this way, and Osadurta's hands are like as he's using his hands to like push him to hold himself up as he's.
The invisibility is probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
That way, passersby only see the truck go as he steps off. They don't see what's causing it.
Oh, that's my hydraulics working. Don't mind it. Yeah, I'm going to one of them pimp shows later.
Jesus Christ.
Your car looks like shit, eh?
Indeed.
Drives off.
You've seen those cars, right? The kind that doing, doing, doing.
Yeah. I live that.
All right, so all of you are loaded into a motel room.
Tarp's still over me, so I don't say shit.
I mean,
The
once
tarp of shame at this point.
Osadurta, give me a willpower roll.
Aye, of course. My willpower's pretty good. Not when it rolls like that.
oh
Whew.
no,
Oh wait, no, he's just forgot to change the name. I hope.
Oh yes, I forgot to change the name. I apologize.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Don't scare us.
Professor Tinker is in no way involved in this particular role.
Okay.
thank God.
Because if he was trailing us through him, I'd be like, oh crap.
No. He's
Start
trailing
choking
you.
somebody.
He's trailing you by the exhaust of the motorcycle. Don't worry about Osadurta.
Starts choking people like this. He's a sleep agent.
So it's a little after midnight. Everybody else is kind of camped out at, you probably got one of the rooms with 2 beds. The twins maybe, or I imagine the twins are laying there kind of back to back. I don't know, how comfortable Phantom and Top are with each other, but,
They do the foot to head thing where they sleep like that. You've been at that.
Or they get along really well and they're spooning. You don't know.
I don't think that
All
would
you
go
know
over
is a
well.
little after midnight, Osadurta, you get the urge to move. You need to go.
Oh God, no, he's got the zoomies.
I got the zoomies. Got the fucking zoomies.
3 a.m. zoomies.
Something is calling you home. You need to get back home.
Not even gonna be stealthy about it. Poof! Walk off.
Do you open the door or do you literally just get up and knock the door off its hinges?
I'm gonna knock the door off its hinges. I'm just gonna go like this. It's probably gonna break the door, but it's not gonna like off the hinges. Just like break the door handle. And just. Shoo.
Well, the door would open inward, so if you're pushing on it.
Oh, good. So if he's pushing on it, he's not going anywhere.
All of you hear a loud thump as he tries to push the door open.
You wake up. It's like it's a pull. Oh, thanks. Bye now. Yeah, I'll open the door. I'll open the door, take off, but I won't close the door. Just keep going because I got the zoomies. That's when you learn I can hotwire a truck.
I don't even think he can fit in my truck.
Not to drive it.
He's what, 7 foot tall?
7-ish, 8-ish.
I mean, he
If
could
he's
just,
8-ish, no, he wouldn't be able. But 7-ish, he might be able to crunch it down in there.
he
I mean,
could just pull the police academy thing where he tears the front seats out of the car and sits in the back.
There's a Terminator movie where Arnold does that too, I think.
I can also just pull off the roof, peel back
Or
the
no,
roof a little
it was
bit.
a Hulk Hogan. It was a Hulk Hogan movie. Suburban
Oh,
Commando,
no.
I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, you hear the loud bang as he tries to push the door open and then pulls it open.
Well,
Where-
probably gonna.
Where are you
Startle away.
going?
Out. I keep walking.
Oh my god, I'm starting to hate this robot.
starting? Oh,
You saw where Phantom left the truck keys. I mean, you know, they're sitting there on the dresser.
But as a dirt that understood that, maybe because he's just got the zoom.
I'll roll intelligence for that shit.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Sure. I was never gonna beat a 7.
No. If you rolled a 6, you'd have at least tied it.
Yeah.
Your robot friend has walked out into the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm walking. At least it's nighttime this time.
3 a.m, and a really pissed off Phantom. It's like, the hell are you going? Grabs his keys and hat and glasses, the sunglasses. Follows after him.
Here we go again.
Yep.
All right, Osmondarta, you hear your friends calling after you.
Is that gonna let me roll will again?
Well, you can answer them. It's not that you're
Yeah.
being mind control; it's that you have this urge. You have got to get home.
Yeah, but fighting it would be a willpower.
If you want to resist it, I'll give you one more roll.
Sure. That's the thing. Do I want to even resist to like turn back and tell them anything?
You can still answer while you're walking.
Yeah, now you can talk while you're walking.
Yeah. Go in. Gotta go. I gotta.
Gotta go where?
Home.
Home.
The easy.
Home.
Yeah, you're not particularly aware of it being the EZ per se. You just know it's the elaborate, the research facility you lived at.
Can I try to convince him to stay?
Certainly try.
Yes.
I mean, I rolled an 11 on willpower. You didn't see.
Did you? Oh, you did. I'm sorry, I didn't roll.
Yeah.
Okay. You realize these people have been nice to you. They're trying to help you. You resist the urge long to turn around and talk to them, to try to convey to them why it's, how important it is that you get going.
I need to see home again.
Is that the core so necessary that you need to get done now at 3 a.m?
Yes.
Well, you know what? If it's that important, wait 10 minutes. Give us 10 minutes to get our shit.
Give us 10 minutes, and we'll get you back in the truck, and we'll start driving again.
Because you're gonna get
That
there a
sound
lot
good?
faster if we work together.
I sit down like cross-legged in front of the door.
And he starts counting down. 10 minutes. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi.
Well, gonna grab our crap and get out there and get ready.
All right, so everybody loads up in the truck and or motorcycle.
Gonna have to stop and get some coffee. Phantom mutters as he.
I'm sure there's those caffeine pills in the motel.
Well, the fact it's 3 a.m, I don't think anyone's really awake at the moment.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably grab one of those instant coffee things and just steal one of the mugs. You gotta pay to replace the door anyway. At this point, might as well just steal a damn mug.
Phantom's
I
like,
didn't actually break the door, guys. I want to make that clear. I just opened it and didn't close it. If anything, I was just being uncourteous.
Question for the DM: was there a camera inside the place where they have the mini coffee thing? You know, the break. What do you call it? Where you go in and sign in. They usually have like a little coffee, little.
Yes, there was a camera in there. You have not noticed one anywhere else in this facility.
Okay. Well, Phantom will don on his mask, glasses, and hat, and phase in through the front door, grab himself some instant coffee, make himself some, and leave money on the counter before drinking the coffee, sitting it down, and phasing right out again. So doing a little quick, making himself instant coffee while probably no one's awake in the main office.
All right, so y'all head out.
Mm-hmm. Tarp back on up to Dorta, and we'll make our way.
The further west you get, the less traffic there is, the less signs of civilization there are. You pass empty farmhouses. The farmland has grown up. And it's close to dawn when you're noticing this, so you've traveled quite a while. It's almost eerily quiet. I mean, there's almost no light pollution. There's you can see all kinds of stars that you're not used to being able to see.
Deep in.
You even drive through one small town, one of those like one red light kind of spots.
Blinking, you'll miss it.
Yeah,
We're gonna stop.
that's clearly been completely deserted. All the buildings are boarded up.
Mm.
There's actually no power to their red light anymore.
Great.
You know, this spot is closer to the EZ that it was just flat out abandoned. Nobody wanted to live there. Eventually, the road veers away. The highway clearly cut through the actual EZ at some point. Well, prior to the event happening. Well, that stretch of road is now, potholed. A few miles further down, there should be a fence that blocks it off, and they basically created a new highway that kind of skirts around the outside edges of the EZ. Osnaderta, you remember the big fence?
Yeah.
You walked through an area of it that was down. But you do remember, it's a big fence. There's a razor wire across the top of it. It stretches for quite a ways. It does not actually encircle the entire EZ. But anywhere there's a road, they put the fence up, and it goes for miles.
Oh, hey. Oh, wait. I'm tired, but I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't.
I'm sure if you speak loud enough, somebody is going to hear you.
Phantom pops open the back cab window. What?
You see fences yet?
Yep, we're coming right up on one.
I mean, you can't. There's places where there's holes. That's how I got out.
All right. Phantom will radio. Best come up to a stop here. It's going to probably be as far as we can go here soon. Apparently, Ostadarta said there's a hole in the fence somewhere.
How confident would Phantom be that his truck can go off-road?
Oh,
It
shit.
can't. Four-wheel drive, but...
This area is fairly flat. It's farmland. Or was farmland.
It was considered four-wheel drive in the 80s.
I mean, it's a... As I pictured it, it was a 1995 Ford truck, 4-wheel. So it's got some age on it,
Okay.
but she still runs. But
you could leave it here, on this now unused section of highway. Once you get up, because once you get up to the fence, you're out of sight of the main highway. Or you could turn it and go off road with it and try to follow the fence. As far as the ground, the terrain will permit.
well, I'll radio the twins, see how their bike could handle off-roading. All right, well, we'll stop at the fence and we'll discuss how we want to do this. Maybe see if the twins just want to hop in the bed of the truck with us, the Dirta, and we'll try and ride as long as we can, even though it'll be probably a bumpy ride near the fence border until we might find a hole.
I feel like the twins have like pretty bikes, but not functional bikes.
I mean, we have one bike at the moment.
Oh yeah.
But they're not dirt bikes. They're not built for off-road. They're built for street travel and traveling between towns.
That's fair.
Probably what we should do for our characters, we'll turn back around, go back to that one stoplight place, drop off your bike in one of the abandoned buildings and put a tarp over it, and then we'll hop into my truck, and then we'll go back to the fence and ride the fence line. How's that sound? So at least then your bike is safe, instead of leaving it out here in the elements. So I figured, he would care very much about his bike not getting damaged.
Yeah.
Works for me.
All right. Well, we'll turn back around, go back to the town.
Okay. It's about a 30-minute drive from the fences.
Yeah. While they're doing that, probably he'll look around, see if there's any vehicles or anything else, like an old gas station or something. See if there's anything in the store or whatever. Anything to be salvaged.
Mm-hmm. Give me awareness.
Can I get in on this?
Yes. Anybody that wants to salvage can give me an awareness.
Awesome.
If you've got investigate, that could help you for this.
Oh,
Yikes.
well, I have that too.
I have investigation.
Hey.
So an 8.
Once again, ignore the Professor Tinker part. All right.
That was awareness, right?
Yes, you had to beat a 5.
Okay. Well, even with investigate, I would have beaten it.
I put on my 2 points of investigation for that roll, by the way.
Okay.
I had 1 plus to mine.
Yeah, 1 plus to mine as well.
And as soon as you said that, I rolled like, oh, whoops.
Once he finds the good stuff.
So yeah, digging through the gas station. They clearly did not empty their stock out before they split. There's packs of bottled water. There's canned food.
Twinkies.
There's flashlights and batteries. The Twinkies are pretty badly out of date. Some of the canned food is still in date.
Twinkies can survive nuclear winters. What?
Well, we'll grab some of the food and such because get what we can.
Yeah.
Because this is going to probably be our last ability to, at some point my truck's going to run out of gas too. So
there is a gas power generator here. A little poking around, you realize it could power the pumps.
Probably what he's going to do, he's going to try and find what's it called? Because probably he's seen this before. Because being in the military, he probably has seen them work this. There's a gas master key where you can open up the cap to open up where the pump, where the holding is, or all the gas, and see if he can, take the flashlight and see if there's any gasoline down there. Because they could have emptied out the gasoline.
They don't appear to have.
Okay.
As soon as you pop it, you start smelling gas, which even if they emptied it, would probably be enough for you to do that. But
All right. So, any
yeah, you
gas?
shine that in there. It looks like it's probably about half full.
All right. Is there any gas cans around too?
Yes, they have like the plastic gas cans for sale in the place.
Okay. Well, we'll grab several of those, and then get the little generator running to run the pumps to fill up my tank and fill up several of those canisters. Because
Okay.
never know when we might need them.
So as you head back out of town, you've got packs of water, canned food, gasoline.
So we can survive a zombie apocalypse.
Well,
It's like you're prepping for the apocalypse as you drive into an area where an apocalypse sort of happened.
all right. So we get back up to the fence. Vandemas makes sure everyone is secured in the back of the bed of his truck, because he's got the twins in the back with Ostadirta, and he's got Phantom up in the front with him. And he said, "You guys ready?"
Gonna be a good test of your shocks.
Indeed, it will be.
His old shocks, they just aren't up to it anymore.
Well, thankfully it's mostly flat ground, so up to the point where we start hitting bumps, then we might start having trouble.
All right. So you travel for about 5 miles and find a gap in the, a fairly sizable gap in the fence.
Big enough to fit the truck through?
Oh, yeah. It looks like something big tore its way through.
All right. Well, Phantom's going to drive in.
Where the area outside the fence, you had grass, even some wheat from, an abandoned farm. There were things growing. The deeper you get in past the fence, the closer you get to the real border of the EZ, things start looking dead. As the sun comes up, you can see blue sky out behind you, but it's like it gets red as you go forward.
Aussie in the back's just like, just said.
And this is Ozadirta. This is pretty much what you saw leaving.
Yeah.
Just in reverse. As you walked out of the EZ, the sky started to turn normal again.
I take it by now our comms are starting to get scrambled. We're starting to hear hissing and such as we're getting closer.
Yeah.
We're all together now. There's no real point for them.
Well, still, it's good to know once we start hitting comms, then we know that we won't be able to communicate once we separate from each other.
Even with the interference, you can talk to the twins sitting in the back of the truck without too much trouble, though it is very staticky.
Well, at that point, I could probably just switchboard with them.
Mm-hmm. You get the impression that, when you get where you're going, once y'all get out and if y'all spread out, you'll probably lose contact with each other fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Would he be able to? Does that work telepathically too, or is it just radio? Like, is the interference that bad where it doesn't mess with it messes with telepathy?
I don't think we're close enough for that to be affecting it. I know radio signals probably are, but I'm also
radio being affected. You haven't noticed any anything with the telepathy if you bother to use it.
I probably start using because the screeching and the hissing is probably annoying him, so he pops out the comm out of his ear.
Especially with a 3 a.m. drive.
Well, probably by now it's about 8 o'clock or 7. Or
the question would be, can you telepathically communicate with Ostadirta?
He has a conscience, doesn't he?
But now think about it. This feels like a conversation we've had before.
We did.
We have had this conversation.
We did agree.
What did we decide? Do you remember?
I think we agreed that because he has a conscience, I'm able to at least tap into it. I might not completely understand it, but I can at least communicate to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
where most people, their conscience is like clouds and stuff. His is like ones and zeros going down like the Matrix.
And he can kind of communicate, but it's kind of I mean, I think he can still communicate with me. It's just that I would have difficulty deciphering what he's thinking, because I can see other people's
into his memories. It'd get kind of iffy.
I feel like I can generate thoughts and the I can not speech per se, but like I can generate the thought to what I'm thinking to get the answer, but not necessarily.
So more
be able
visual
Yeah,
input.
you're more looking at the answer than you are hearing the answer.
Mm-hmm. You don't have that inner monologue in your head. Sorta, anyway. Not quite.
So you continue to travel forward. Azadirta, this urging is getting a little stronger. You have no desire to jump out of the car or out of the truck.
Oof.
You realize even as slow as it's going, relatively speaking to what it usually goes, off terrain, it's going faster than you can walk. So you are getting there. Every now and then, though, you kind of reach you reach through that back window, and you correct Phantom on where he needs to be driving, as far as direction.
Well, yeah, but I'm leading them to my house. I'm not leading them to like where they want to go.
But they don't know where they want to go.
How long have we been traveling?
They're leading me to I'm leading them to my house.
Oh, let's see. It was around dawn when you got back to the fence.
Yeah.
So this would be about 10-ish, probably. 10 in the morning.
Okay.
Everybody that's in the back of the truck, give me awareness rolls.
Sure.
So we in Azadirta.
It's my stat, man. It's my stat.
It is your stat.
Well, technically, prowess is, but this is my stat too.
You see what appears to be two men flying through the sky.
Do I see them look down?
Do it now.
Do I see them like? Are they flying in like a vehicle, or are they flying supernaturally?
It just appears to be two guys in the air. No vehicle. They're just
Superman. Then.
Yeah. Does it appear that they're looking down?
Yeah, you guess?
They could be looking forward. I don't know.
They're coming from opposite directions, kind of passing.
It's like
it wouldn't occur to Azadirta, but for Cleophas, because it's like platypus.
Platypus.
You got it.
It looks to you like a search pattern. As you're watching them, they both kind of stop and they meet up, and they're just kind of hovering in the air, facing your general direction. You know, you think they've noticed you. They've noticed you, noticing them, noticing you.
Anyone starts yelling at me?
We need to go home now.
Yeah, what he said.
All right. Well, Phantom's gonna put the pedal to the metal. This poor old this old Ford is gonna try and drive as fast as it can.
You take off, which is actually taking you closer to the two flying figures. One of them that Ozzy, you notice he's a little not aerodynamic, little on the plump side.
He's a chonky boy. He's a bumblebee.
Kinda, yeah. He rotates in the air and heads off. Let's see how fast is he benchmarks. Okay, he's definitely faster than your truck.
Yeah.
I have no doubt these guys are going to be faster than my truck.
That's not saying much.
He would more than likely be faster than your truck, even on a straightaway.
Well, you're also talking about this car is old.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna see 100 miles an hour anytime soon.
But Ozzy, you know he's heading right the direction you want to go.
Why is he? He's going home. We need to beat him somehow.
Can I see him now that they're talking about?
Yeah, pretty quickly he gets out far enough that you can kind of spot him.
He's going towards your home. He asks.
Yes.
All right. He's going to turn the truck and start following, but you don't know how long you can keep an eye on him.
You lose him pretty quickly.
But we still have a general
within a
direction.
few minutes, he's a speck. The other one seems to be following you.
Well,
Only the people in the bed of the truck notice that. But.
All right. Well, if he's still going a same direction that guy was, we're going to still stay on that course.
What do they want with home?
Your guess is good as mine, buddy.
No,
But
it's
is there
not.
anyone else? Are we being followed? Because you can't see.
Oh.
Yeah, there's someone else flying.
Keep a close eye on him then.
You continue traveling on for about another 45 minutes. The guy flying behind you doesn't get any closer, doesn't get any further away. Makes no aggressive moves. He's just following you.
I don't
Eventually,
like that
you come up. Eventually, you run across some road. It's not in real bad shape. I mean, it's been abandoned for 2 years, so there are spots where stuff has grown up through cracks in it a little bit, but it's not just completely ruined yet.
Life finds a way.
Especially in this zone. All right. Do the truck a lot better. Getting on that.
Most of the plant life is dead. Through this area, you've got a few, some of your hardier weeds are still trying to make a go of it.
Like, ooh, free real estate.
All your trees and stuff seem to be dead, but you end up, you get on this road, you follow it up. There's a fenced off compound. The sign on the gate as you pull up says the Neves Davis Research Facility.
Is this home? Yeah.
It is home, Mazaderta.
Yeah, I was like, DM, is this home?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. What do they want?
A truck comes up to a complete stop.
There's a gatehouse. As you're pulling up to this, the guy that was following you flies on past you and lands on the other side of the gate. He kind of puts his hands up, not like I surrender, but like,
I'm doing no harm.
At this range, let's see. Actually, Phantom, you don't even have to roll for it. You recognize this man.
Aussie recognizes this man?
No, Phantom recognizes this man.
Okay.
The rest of you could potentially make a roll to try to recognize him.
Is he military taken?
He was a hero by the name of the Screaming Eagle. You're pretty sure he had gotten in some serious trouble before your experiments. There were rumors of him having gone AWOL, prior to you phasing out for,
Oh, I
a
see.
few years.
He was one of the troublemakers before I... Okay.
Supposedly, he was an early... He wasn't part of the test that you were part of, but he was part of some earlier kind of super soldier research. Different set of experiments, entirely different approach that only had a couple of successes.
What was his name again? Sorry, I'm going to write that down.
Screaming Eagle.
Very patriotic.
But
All
he's got kind of an old school World War II bomber jacket, kind of designed to his suit. He's got the kind of the leather cap with the goggles.
He's very silver, golden age.
That was kind of the fashion when the government, put him in a suit, put him to work.
All right.
But like I said, he lands, puts his hands up, kind of steps up to the gate like he's kind of waiting y'all to approach.
Well, should we disembark? Or do we want to drive up in the truck? Is this gatehouse big enough to open up for us? In the truck?
Yeah, well, the gatehouse over to one side, and there's, big gate.
Does a gate open?
It looks like it's big enough, it looks like it's big enough to take in, delivery trucks. Truthfully, you could probably drive a small tank through it when it was open.
Well, Phantom puts up his mask and puts his glasses on and just starts driving up. Although they'll probably easily figure out who he is by the license plate number, but still, he's going to do that. He's not exactly trustworthy. So he'll drive up to the gate.
He's not trustworthy, or he's not trusting?
I'm not trusting of this.
Okay.
So he's a little concerned.
I would like you to let me know when you make a complete stop for totally not fucked up reasons.
Well, we'll be stopping at the gate to see if it opens.
All right. So you stop at the gate. You see Screaming Eagle. What's your business here?
Aussie jumps out and tries to run to the gate. Or he tries to jump out and then he tries to approach the gate.
Eagle looks surprised. Oh, hey! And he starts opening the gate for you.
What?
Come on in. We've been waiting on you.
What? Oh. What?
You wanted to come home, didn't you?
Yeah, what?
Come on in.
Okay.
And he doesn't open the gate enough for the truck to go through, but he opens it enough for Oz and Dirt to get through without any trouble.
I walk through.
Anybody else feel like that's a trap?
And it feels like a trap.
Eagle kind of starts looking you over. I've seen the schematics for you, but that's quite some engineering. And he's kind of walking around you, looking you up and down.
I don't know what any of that means, but you look happy.
Schematics, the plans for you, how all your insides work.
Oh.
When did you become self-aware? I wonder if it happened naturally, or I wonder if it was the event.
No idea what you're talking about.
Can I ask a random question? I know it's been a while. Did we
Sure.
get our determination points back this session?
Yes. You've had days of downtime, so
Okay.
I mean technically it's supposed to go per session or per adventure or something like that.
Okay, I didn't know if I had it regenerated or not. Just in case I need to do something crazy.
So who are your friends?
I just met them one day and we've been kind of hanging out since. They're good people. Kind of on the edgy side, some of them, but good people. One of them goes invisible.
Oh, that's good to know.
Fuck.
I mean, Asadurta is not exactly smart, so.
No, he's not. What are you doing? This is my home. What are you doing here?
Whoa, calm down, son. Calm down.
I'm not.
We're
angry.
not. We're not tearing nothing
I'm
up. I promise you.
I'm not angry. I'm passionate.
He goes, I understand. He tells you the Neves Davis Research Facility. It was funded by the government, really to the point that the government practically owned it. they did a lot of kind of out there research. And then he kind of looks at you. I won't go into details. I don't know how much of it you would understand. But you were the result of some of their playing around with stuff. But, when the event happened, we were, this place was close enough to ground zero that, I don't think anybody got out of here alive other than you, I guess.
One's dead. Like the realization just hits Aussie.
Eagle puts a hand, reaches up, puts a kind of, a hand kind of on your forearm. I don't know if they're all dead exactly, but they're not like they were. Nothing that lived when this went down came out normal.
I did.
Really? Did you think like you think now before?
I don't know. I don't know how I thought back then. I don't know if I did think.
Now, what are the rest of you doing while Azadirta's having this conversation? This potentially life-altering conversation with this guy?
Phantom, he knows Screaming Eagle from the past, so he's like trying to figure out what's going on here. If he's with the new, the sovereigns, or if he's still part of the government, because that's who he was working for originally. But he got in trouble with them, so he's conflicted right now. But he still hasn't turned off the engine of his vehicle, and he's watching the situation. I don't know what Top's doing, and I don't know what the twins are doing.
All right, twins, what are y'all doing?
Slowly giving away your powers.
At least he doesn't know all of my powers.
Know enough.
You know the invisibility.
That's the important one.
He turns people invisible, and sometimes he screams about animals, but I don't know what that means.
I mean, the twins are kind of just watching this.
Yeah.
Like, is there a cab on the back of this truck?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a cat. I mean, it's a truck. You got the main cab, so you could probably just stand up and look over. Probably.
Yeah, this is just a big pickup truck, not a.
Yeah, but you can get pickup trucks that have caps on the back of them.
No.
Yeah, but that
I
wouldn't
see
fit
what
us
It's not one of
either.
those. It's not one of those.
No.
Okay.
It was just open.
Then, I mean, he's just standing up watching this happen.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
I'll do the
what
same.
else are we supposed to do? Like, how else are we supposed to mitigate being told, oh, everybody you knew is dead?
There you go, by the way.
Because nobody attempted to mitigate, oh, by the way, your parents have been brainwashed.
Did you kind of like a picture of what the truck looks like?
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just a big old, full size pickup. Okay. I'll admit, in my head, I was kind of picturing not a delivery truck, but kind of an older, almost military, like military surplus kind of something.
One of those
Family likes
one of those-
Ford, so
One of those big camouflage ones.
no, he wouldn't go that crazy with his.
It's something I've seen around, here when I'm in Huntsville, around the Arsenal.
Yeah,
No, I
I see
haven't.
those all. I see those all the time going up and down Texas.
I just figured it would be easier to go with a Ford pickup truck because
Oh yeah.
it's a little more civilian.
Also, military city and all.
Eagle, kind of looks over at y'all. Your friends seem a little standoffish.
I mean, they don't know you.
That's fair. I should go introduce myself.
What do
Wait
you
right
mean?
here. Or you can
Huh?
go on in if you want to, whatever you want.
I would love to go in. This is all I've wanted. Goes in.
Oh, I've got some more friends in there, so don't get upset if you see them. Or don't be surprised if you see them.
Okay. I'm gonna take stock of what I see around me as I make my way in.
Give me an awareness roll.
Sure.
Oh, I rolled that, but I should probably check his. Oh, that is his formation. Sweet. Okay. You don't see you only see Eagle standing out here. The rest of the facility looks more or less like you remember, other than all the bushes and shrubbery. I guess that's the same thing. And trees and whatnot are dead. And the ground is all dried out and cracked. It looks like it looked when you left.
It's changed.
Phantom, Screaming Eagle has stepped out of the gate, and he's walking up to the window.
Mm-hmm. He'll roll down the window.
Hello there.
Hello, Screaming Eagle.
Given what you're driving, I'm going to assume that you're that you're not with the Sovereign. No, we won't split hairs or beat around the bush about it.
That is correct. It's good to see you again, Screaming Eagle.
Oh, have we met before?
No, not in person. But I remember you. Long time ago.
Oh, okay. Was it that long ago?
Feels like an age for me. So what are you doing all the way out here?
Yeah. Still working for who I used to work for.
The U.S. government?
He's looking at you like he's trying to judge how you gonna feel about that. The legitimate government, yes.
The one not controlled by the sovereigns.
That would be the one.
Then we have a common cause on that.
Oh, that's good. Well, like I said, it was pretty clear to me that you weren't going to be, if y'all were registered and working for him, you wouldn't be driving around in, an old pickup truck.
What are they doing out in the EZ?
Are you asking that out loud, or?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you're standing up in the bed?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't go into the full details. Some of it's classified. There's a lot of research going on here. We are digging out things that we need, both in actual technological prototypes they had, and trying to recover some of their research. In particular, we were looking for your friend back there.
What makes him so important?
His power source.
Excuse me? His power source.
He's a robot. You got to power them things.
Well, I understand that, but what makes him what makes his power source so unique? I mean, you can go down to town
Above
and
my pay grade. All I know is it's something unique.
That personally doesn't bode well for Phantom.
Give me a willpower roll.
My character?
Yes.
Success.
You're pretty sure when he says above my pay grade that's just sort of avoiding really telling you anything? Because he was just talking about having looked at Occidental schematics.
Yeah. Doesn't bode well.
By the same token, your former military, him not just spitting out every, an answer for every question you've got,
He understands that. And that's going to be a bit of a problem with him being a jarhead. But anyone else any comments? Concerns? I've said my piece. Other twin. Top.
Twin? Other twin?
The twin?
Platypus.
Thing one, thing two.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
Well, if you, Phantom will then say, well, if you don't mind, we'd like to keep, be with our friend for his well-being, if that's all right.
No, of course it's not alright, because then you don't have sole access to him.
You say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna sink in my seat as they say. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
You sink in your seat as what?
He's gonna
Like, oh, I'm not okay with that sentence. I'm just gonna kind of try to hide. Just nope, not dealing with this.
Prior to the event, your friend was government property.
Yeah, the
Obviously,
government
that doesn't work.
doesn't
Obviously, that
exist
doesn't
anymore.
work. It still exists. It's just we're fighting currently on kind of on kind of the losing side. I'll admit. It is still a legitimate government. Now, your friend's self-awareness complicates that ideal of ownership. I give you. But it'll be it'll be his decision how much he helps us.
Or would it be a benefit if we were with him to help him make choices?
I'm sure he can make his own choices.
You'd be surprised what he'll do.
You really can't.
Well, I'll tell you what. I can't make any promises once we leave here, but you can come on in for now. We'll get your truck packed away in one of the garages. We've seen an increase in
Electrostatic activity?
now I'm trying to think of a general term for all the registered teams.
Oh.
Because he wouldn't call them federal because he don't.
You mean the
Supers.
supers?
Yeah, the Sovereign Alliance Supers. There's been an increase in activity from them. He walks over and starts pushing the gate open so you get your truck in.
All right, we'll drive
So
in.
And he directs you to where you can park it. That it's up under something, so it's out of sight. If anybody's doing drive-bys or fly-bys, rather.
Just to be on the safe side, Phantom will grab a screwdriver out of his console and unscrew his license plates and throw them in his glove compartment. Let's be on the safe side.
You do that. While you're doing that, Eagle's over there reclosing the gate. Gladio, he walks up to you or starts talking to you as y'all are all walking inside. So your buddy over there seems to be... He strikes him as former military. Just, the way he carries himself, the way he talks. You don't sound like you cared much for the government.
I don't much care for the sovereigns either.
Just kind of an anarchist, huh?
No, it's hard to love a government that just lets your parents get brainwashed.
Hey, yikes.
Oh! They turned your folks into clockos, huh? That's rough. Would have been highly illegal under the old government, too.
Yeah, well, it's not the old regime anymore.
It could be. You guys could help make that happen.
Really?
We're at a disadvantage. I'll be the first to admit that. The more supers we can get on our side, the better.
Gladia's gonna look back at Cleopas for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
and then look back at Screaming Eagle. I rarely make decisions on my own. He's all I've got left. So.
Well, I understand. I'm not asking you to make a decision right now.
And I think we need a little bit more information than it's above my pay grade.
He got smiles. Fair enough. I'll have to check with some people before I can tell you too much. But we and by this time, y'all have all gotten inside.
Mhm.
There's another man in there. Everybody again, Phantom, you recognize this guy immediately.
Another old super.
Yes, when he worked for the government, and he popped up the same time that Scream Eagle did. You believe he was part of the same experiments, even though his abilities came out a bit different. Unlike Eagle, who you think was getting in you think you get hurt, he was in some trouble. This guy, had gone straight rogue.
Oh shit.
He was called Patriot when he was working for the government, and then when AWOL he went just flat hired, villain for hire, calling himself Expatriot. You recall him being fairly anti-government, you thought.
Anti-government, as in the old government or the new government?
The old government.
You guys see me like five blocks up, just playing with an old pinball machine. That doesn't even work.
You just sitting there clicking the buttons.
Yeah.
This place has no power, though this area you're in has got a lot of windows.
Another super you recognize, Phantom?
Yep. If I remember, this was Patriot.
Patriot got nods to you, yeah.
I believe, though, now you're an expatriate, since the government doesn't exist.
Eagle looks at you. The government exists. They're just sort of in exile.
Well, at least doesn't control the United States as it used to.
Doesn't that make them rebel scum?
I think you watched one too many Star Wars movies.
I think I'm trying to make a joke because everybody's getting real depressed.
To be fair, we got a guy on our team to make those same kind of jokes. He ought to be getting down here soon. And shortly thereafter, that a fairly rotund guy comes walking in.
Is that the bigger guy we saw in the air?
You assume so.
Okay.
He's also in one of those kind of World War II style jackets, but it don't quite fit on him right.
Oh.
I mean, it's not huge. It's not that it's way too small, but
He definitely can't zip it up.
no, he definitely can't.
It's close.
Truthfully,
he can't get the zipper together at like the waist or the hips.
It's like right here, like that.
Truthfully, the outfit he's wearing looks like he was trying to get something really similar to Screaming Eagle. Except, unlike Eagle, he's got a big scarf on with his. And he's breathing heavy like he was coming downstairs.
Think I don't know this one.
No, you don't know this one.
Okay, so not an old super.
But would he have been a super for hire?
Give me an intelligence roll to see if you can think of any villains he might have been.
No, I meant like bodyguard for hire, like our parents.
Oh. Screaming Eagle is heading. His code name's Fat Man. Please, no jokes.
Creative. I guess I shouldn't say that. I ain't that creative either.
I'm sorry. His code name is Fat Man?
You see Fat Man kind of go,
Is it a World War II?
yes. What? It was one of the first nuclear bombs. It's important to, military history. Never mind.
Right.
I thought it was kind of funny too. I mean,
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, but you're also an asshole half the time. So
I mean,
At least tell me you're not like the actual fat boy, from World War II.
It was Fat Man and Little Boy with it.
Fat Man. I meant that you don't actually explode like one.
He kind of smirks, and both guys on his team kind of go,
Uh-oh.
he does. He's a fucking walking nuclear bomb.
he is not a nuclear bomb. His explosions are not radioactive in nature.
But he explodes.
Yeah, sometimes.
With or without a mushroom cloud, because this is really important to know.
No, there's no radiation or anything.
The radiation.
It's not that big an explosion.
Okay.
Please tell me we have to keep him away from Chipotle and such.
Jesus Christ.
That's awful. Gladio,
Hey.
stop being a jerk over there.
That was Phantom making the jet one.
No, that was before the Chipotle joke.
Oh.
Screaming Eagle, all right, we've introduced ourselves now. Osnadirta, we know his name. Who are the rest of you?
Well, Phantom will call himself Phantom. My name is Phantom.
Wait. Eagle kind of looks. Were you part of some of the government experiments?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, the Project Phantom. I didn't think they had any successes.
I was a failure. At least.
They had a couple people disappear on them.
And indeed, I'd be one of them.
But you came back.
Yep. And then find out the Sovereigns took over.
Oh, you missed all of that.
Yep. Before the whole EZ incident happened. And let me tell you, trying to get the VA after being part of a government experiment was a pain in the ass.
I imagine there's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, and the fact that Project Phantom doesn't exist after the fact that the Sovereigns take over isn't a good way to put on your VA alert, for your full disability. It's only when I fell through the VA hospital floor that's when they gave me full disability, so I wouldn't sue.
Well, at least you got it. And then he looks at Detective Top. And you are?
I'm a detective.
And what's your name?
I'm gonna go with Will, because I couldn't think of one.
So he asks you, what's your name? And you just give him your real name.
God.
Yep. You could just go with the first name. I mean,
oh, okay. So you're not one of the costume set. You're just Will, a detective named Will. Okay. He looks at the twins. You two are in costumes. I know you've got something for me.
I'm so tired.
I like to think the twins do like this dramatic thing where they like pose and like yeah.
Like Jesse and James Team Rocket
Yes.
pose.
Yes.
God.
Do we want them to actually do that, V?
No.
no.
It wouldn't seem to fit Gladio's personality. Besides, it should be like a 5-person Super Sentai pose, but all the rest of your team is got.
Yeah.
The rest of us are going to look at you like, no, we're not joining in on that.
We're Gladio and Cleopas.
He's like, I don't recognize those names, but the style of names and those outfits.
Yeah, we would have.
There was a bigger group of y'all, wasn't there?
Yeah. We were in training when everything with the Sovereigns went down.
Yeah, we had a couple of you in that last big fight.
Yeah, that would have been Clavium and
Where did I write his name down?
Arkham.
Arkham? Yeah.
Which were Mace and Bow when we were Sword and Shield.
Yeah. That whole group had that Latin weapon name thing going on. Yeah.
Yep, that was us. Not that it apparently did the government much good to fucking contract them, but hey, what do I know?
Hey, sometimes you got to fight battles even if you don't know you're going to win them.
That's life advice.
Only a few of us got out of that fight.
Their brainwashing's not working on some of the supers. It's supposed to render them docile, never want to pick up and fight again.
Yeah,
What's
incapable of
happening is-
violence was the big.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Or it's not working on some of them.
What do you mean?
Have you not seen the news?
No, we've been here for several days now.
No, I mean, like, this was months ago. They announced Clavium with the storm
Clavium was
chasers.
not. Clavium was announced after the after your first encounter with her, basically.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That was like her first
Gotcha.
official outing with the team before they'd even announced her.
No, they announced Clavium with storm chasers. About almost a week ago.
No, I bet we've been hearing out of touch. There's some kind of interference going on with
Yeah,
whatnot.
they're here in the EZ. The only two
That's
left at
probably the increased traffic we've seen. That makes sense. The Storm Chasers are the closest major team.
No, they had just announced her. But she doesn't remember us. She doesn't know who we are.
He's like, that's effed up.
So they
Never heard of
wipe
Clocko
her
losing their
mind.
memories, though.
I think what they did was they wiped her mind, which makes her more inclined to fight for the Sovereign.
Could be.
Because how do you... That has to be some powerful mind control. To completely forget your own kids. And we know where our father is, so once all this nonsense is dealt with, that's where we're headed next.
Oh, they got him on a team somewhere, too?
No. It worked with him. He is currently out.
I believe he was in an institution somewhere.
Yeah, he's in the custody of Dr. Allen in upstate New York. So that's where we'll be headed next. Lord knows what other supers we might find at that institution.
He goes, I might know some people that'd be interested in finding out with you.
Teams are sometimes useful.
Yep.
So
And that's
that
just what I found out to be.
I
So-
just smile at that comment and be like, hey, we, like, a thumbs up?
We exist.
So then you're the ones in charge of sending out those teams to steal things.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. It's above your pay grade.
I'm just going to go on record saying I don't know what you're talking about.
You got a higher up you can direct us to that would know what we're talking about?
Not here with us, but I'll see if I can get in touch with him.
Sounds like you.
Do you
got a lot of
happen to
talking
know-
do. Sorry, go ahead,
That-
Venom.
Phantom will say, do you happen to know the old man?
I know an old man, yeah.
Okay. We happen to run into one of your crew, or the people you don't know, mentioning him.
Expatriate's like, dude, just tell him. Then, ain't nobody keeping tabs on us out here. Just tell them. And then when Eagle doesn't, Patriot looks at you. Yeah, the old man is a guy we got helping us. I mean, that's not his name, but some of the crews he was hiring, that's what they were calling him.
Well, I mean, it's working because the Sovereign have no fucking idea who you people are.
Oh, that's good. Well, they wouldn't know who Reliquary was anyway. He looked at you, the old man. The old man, that's what he called himself.
Yeah, of course. But no,
He's not exactly from around here.
We went looking to see what sort of information they had. Maybe get a jump start in a conjunction with the information we'd already collected. They had almost less than we did.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, is it? If this disorganized group of vigilantes could find you, the moment they get somebody smarter than whoever the fuck is running the Storm Chasers, you're gonna get found.
We already know they're here.
He's like, so how much of your Eagle's like, so how much of your finding was you just following Osnadurta?
We didn't find Osnadurta until the very last raid. When he showed up out of nowhere.
Oh, I thought you meant finding us here. I'm not surprised you could spot the criminals we had.
As for finding you here, no, that was absolutely 100% Osnadurta.
Okay, then we don't have no worries.
You see him over by the pinball machine like this?
There's really nothing to link us. The only person those hired hands can be linked to would be Reliquary. And they're not going to have any information on him, so.
No, he got those over by the at 3 a.m. the other night.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So that was your fault.
Not me personally, no.
So somebody touched something they shouldn't have.
Reliquary was able to give him a craving to come home.
Reliquary sounds like an asshole.
Kinda does.
You're not entirely incorrect.
We were all asleep. And then all we heard was Osnadurta trying to get out of the room through a pull door by pushing it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. We didn't think he was going to be out of the EZ. We figured he was just wandering around somewhere. And we're hoping to kind of guide him back before he stumbled into any supers or into a town and caused any havoc. We didn't realize he's going to be quite so calm and collective.
I hate to say it, but the Sovereigns know he exists.
No, the Storm Chasers.
Did they get a chance? He kind of steps forward. Did they get a chance to examine him?
No.
Okay, we're good then.
Not as far as I know. Asna, stop playing with the pinball machine for a second. Did you see Professor Tinker at all?
No.
There's your answer. They did not investigate him because the only other person they had left at Storm Chaser HQ was a fucking sidekick.
Another new one?
I don't know.
Or new member? Because I didn't remember them having an intern, but okay.
Yeah, they announced her roughly at the same time as they announced Clavium.
Well, you guys have been up since if you've been up since we triggered the summoning, I think he called it. Y'all might want to kick back and relax some. The lounge has got plenty of couches or whatever. I'll see if I can get in contact with the old man and get him out here to see how he wants to handle this, since we got 5 more people than we were counting on. Yeah. And then he excuses himself to go try to make contact.
Are they in the lounge?
This was kind of out in the foyer where they were talking to you.
Okay.
Fat Man offers to take you to the lounge.
Excellent. Because as soon as Gladio is in that lounge, he's going to find a couch, sprawl out, and pass out. Go back the fuck to sleep.
The one true con experience.
Yeah. Phantom's a little still too on edge, so he's not going to go to sleep. But even though he is tired, but he will sit and just keep an eye on Ostadirta and the rest of the crew.
Okay.
So,
Fat Man starts making you some coffee. Hey, y'all are welcome to the coffee machine if you want to use it.
I guess he'll go get some coffee.
Yes, you see the guy drinking it, so clearly it's not nothing hinky about it.
Yep.
it's mind control serum.
So
Patriot's in there with you, just shaking his head. We had an entire team show up to help out, hopefully. And it's all dudes.
Wow,
Nothing but hard ankles.
that is a very World War II statement.
He's not quite that old, but these guys do go back a little ways.
Bravo.
Oh my god.
It's a total sausage fest here, guys.
Yeah, hard ankles is a term I got from a buddy's 80-year-old father, so he doesn't go back to World War II, but
Goes back pretty far.
I think he served 8 years between Korea and Vietnam. Because he got out the year Vietnam was... He got out early in the year that Vietnam was about to start.
yeah, my grandpa was in.
He claims that's why it started. He refers to himself as the warrior, and when they knew the warrior had left, then they started some shit.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Sure.
That's basically the reaction he gets from his son.
Whatever.
But he never gets tired of telling people that. He never gets tired of telling people that.
Hey, I mean, he's that old. He's allowed to say it.
Oh, you were talking real life. I thought you were still talking about the expatriate.
No, this is actually buddy of mine's fault.
Okay. Now I kind of feel like a jerk for saying that, but it's still true.
Anywho, so some of y'all are sprawled out and taking a nap. Phantom's
Staying awake. Your caffeine.
Yeah, so you're staying up. Paige would ask you, where you'd serve before you got into the, before you got experimented on.
I'll give him general. I served in the army, got myself in the special forces, worked on infiltration, hence why they recruited me for Project Phantom, because they couldn't phase weapons, so you had to be able to use your hands and whatever you could find to, when you infiltrated. So, and then
he starts talking about his experiments and how with you guys it seemed like they were focused on a particular set of abilities they were trying to give you. He goes, with us three, it was just they were just throwing crap against the wall to see what would stick. The few of us that lived all came out different.
Yeah, Project Phantom. They were hoping to make common soldiers be able to do that if they could. Ended up having a super side effect for me when I came back after phasing. They figured if you could phase through walls, you might be able to catch some supers unaware and other forces as well.
So several hours later, Grim Eagle comes in, tells you, kind of gets you all up. Hey, the old man should be here soon. You can speak to him. He's supposed to be arriving in the foyer shortly. kind of usher you all outdoors for you. Like I said, those of you that
I
have
would-
slept
I-
have had about 3 hours. What was that, Dicka?
I was gonna say I'll pop my head into the break room before they go and say, "Oh, can I talk to you guys for a sec?" I'm addressing the team.
Okay.
Pick a spot that's not super occupied, which I imagine is easy for me, both knowing the layout and also, you know, it's not a lot of people in here, I imagine.
Yeah. Screaming Eagle and his team, when you do that, they're kind of like, okay, we'll just step right over here. Don't be too long.
Well, should be a minute. Should be a minute.
All right, what does Eisenderton need to tell the team?
Oh man. Austin Earth's voice gets like not as close to cracked as a robot can get. And you imagine if he was human, he would be straight up crying. And he says, "Guys, I'm so happy that you were able to bring me here. This is just what I wanted." And then he thinks, and he's like, "I don't why."
You don't know why you're here?
No, he's saying he's happy that he's here. That this is what everything he has wanted, but he's not quite sure why. It's everything he's wanted.
Ah.
It's his version of, does this unit have a soul?
Mm.
That would be because familiarity breeds comfort.
What?
This is the place that you remember the most, so it's the place that you're most comfortable. Of course, you're gonna
That's
choose to go
true.
back there.
That's true. It looks just like I left.
Yeah, somehow I don't.
But
think
it's
that's
my
a good
dump.
thing.
But it's
Well, the
my
building
dump
is
and
not in bad shape.
no, but the shrubbery and everything else is.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the environment.
I mean, yeah. He doesn't know that. Just figures the groundskeeper took a long vacation.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I just wanted to thank you guys for bringing me here. I haven't seen this place in a while. It's nice to be back.
You hadn't seen it in about a week.
That's a
Well,
while
no,
for me.
probably 2 weeks the way you were walking.
You do know that you can't stay here, right?
Your lips moved. I didn't hear nothing there.
What do you mean?
Well, one, the storm chasers are eventually gonna find this spot, and then they're gonna bring you in and run tests on you.
I will explain to them that this is my house and that they are breaking and entering.
I really don't think that's going to matter. This is the EZ.
What the hell is an easy?
No. Event zone, right? That's what the EZ
Yes.
stands. Okay.
Yes.
This is the event zone, Osnaderta. That means it's not fit for living. And you are an unknown entity, so of course they're going to want to make sure they know what you are. Which means taking you back to the Tinkerer so he can take you apart and find out what makes you tick. There are no property rights out here.
I may kill him.
I mean, you can certainly try. And I would love to be there to watch.
I'm sure.
Just try not to hurt Clavium too much.
This is. I'll start walking.
All right. Well, we'll follow Ostadirta.
All right, so you walk back out where the three guys are. Eagle's like, you guys, had your huddle?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They lead you back out to the foyer. As you step there, there's a flash of light, and you see what looks like maybe a short blade, or maybe a spearhead. You're not really sure. But it appears in this flash of light, tracks down, and it's like there's a ripple in the air, and it's like the image you're seeing folds back, and a man steps through.
Whoa, that's sick!
Back behind him, through this opening in the air, you see somewhere that's clearly still in the EZ. It actually looks a lot rougher. This lab is kind of on the outskirts of what's really considered the EZ. If you look east, you can still see a little bit of blue sky off in the distance. When he steps through, that wrinkle stops, and it's like reality kind of snaps back. The man standing before you is in chainmail. He has a full gray beard, a full hood and cloak, and he is sitting there holding a fairly Celtic-looking spear.
Metal Man!
And he has a large belt.
They give Metal Man the ability to teleport? I'm like sizing him up and like comparing him to me like this.
Yeah, he's about 6 foot, slightly older dude. Not old, but though his beard is pretty much all gray and white.
Oh no, if he's in chainmail, Ostadirta's like, oh, it's another robot!
Well, his face is showing from under the hood. He's just in a chain shirt.
Oh, okay. That's less chainmail than I thought.
It's some kind of armored pants, but
Yeah.
I see the automaton that we were waiting on has arrived.
I have a name.
Oh yes, Ostadirta.
Yes.
I apologize, my lad. I was not not trying to make you sound like a non-person.
Property. I don't know, I'm just kidding. You wouldn't know.
And the eagle here tells me that, you brought friends.
Yeah.
That was a bit unexpected. A pleasant surprise, I assure you.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, it would seem that none of you are overly fond of the new government.
That's putting it mildly.
The old one.
Now, I myself previously had no attachment to your old government. I am not from around these parts. I was cast out from my home, and, well, I believe it is the unusual nature of this area that has allowed me to make entrance into your world.
So where are you from?
Oh, I was born and raised in Savannah, Georgia. Just not your Savannah, Georgia.
Are you an alternate timeline?
I believe it is how you would put it, yes. I would simply call it another world.
Okay.
Is it the timeline where the British won the Revolutionary War?
Does Ostadirta ask that?
Dassadorta doesn't know about that. Jeremy's asking
However,
that.
upon my arrival, I found I came into contact with the remnants of your government and offered them my assistance. For so long as I'm here, I am trying to return home.
But didn't your home exile you?
Oh no, it was not like that at all. An enemy of mine had banished me quite a few years ago. I had attempted to make my way home, only to arrive in an entirely another world. And I continue to search. It's a long story. I will not bore you with it all.
Right.
So how do you intend to help the government?
Some of the projects that were being researched here, there's a certain non-technical aspect to them. A mystic aspect, if you will. I am something of a scholar of such things. My associate here, and he gestures towards Scream Eagle, he handles the technical side of things. He is very versed in your technology.
So that explains why the occult stuff was being taken.
Indeed.
And the technological stuff.
Thievery is not my preferred method.
You are lucky you got away with what you did.
I use thieves that, if they were caught, truthfully, they deserve it.
So, you've taken all this technology, all this mystic stuff, and now you need Astadirta. What are you planning to do with all this?
We are planning to take control of the EZ.
What?
At the moment,
What?
it is in an uncontrollable fashion, aligning itself with different worlds, sometimes multiple worlds. We are going to stop this randomness, control.
In so much as to close it?
If possible, or at the very least, align it with more pleasant places. It is in this method that I am hoping to eventually return home.
So you're not really here to help us at all, are you?
I would like to help on my way out. As far as the whole fight between your former government and your current one, I likely will not be here for the resolution of that.
And does the government know about that? That you will be
Yes, I've been
assisting?
very... And Eagle kind of nods along. Yes, I've been very upfront with them. I wish to return home. They give me help doing that, and I help them as I can.
Now, when you say use me,
Well, we need your assistance. I did not mean to imply that you were merely an object.
eh?
But it is the government that is responsible for your birth, if you will. They funded the research here.
Is the government responsible for my thinking?
I'll be honest, I do not know. We were not expecting you to be so talkative.
Yet I am.
Yet you are.
Might be complications from the EZ.
It could be. Many a strange energy comes out of that weakness between worlds.
So if you stabilize the EZ and at least make it so that it's either sealed or whatever it's bounded next to isn't aggressive to this world,
Mm-hmm.
is that will allow the government to at least see about seizing control, saying that the situation is now restored.
If we can control the EZ, or they can control the EZ, it gives them, how to put it?
Gives them media leverage.
Leverage.
Yes, it would help them win back the hearts and minds of those that are now getting along to get along, that are not opposing the sovereigns, even if they do not necessarily agree with them.
So,
As well as rendering the center of the country and its breadbasket more stable and safer.
true. However, I must ask one major question. During our research of the EZ, we've come to realize that it's very mutagenic to anyone who gets too close to the center of the point.
Yes, as you get closer to the ground zero.
So how are you going to be able to seal it without getting everyone killed or mutated in the process?
Well, you're good. Your friend here, Osnaderta, being a non-living construct, should be immune. I myself have my own protection.
How are you?
I beg your pardon?
How are you protected?
The mystic arts. And he kind of brushed the chamber and Lancelot's armor.
What's a Lancelot?
He was a knight. Oh, it would take a while. He was an ancient warrior. Suffice to say that his armor has had protections woven into it.
Jeremy is fascinated. Austin Dirth doesn't know shit about this.
He watched a lot of TV, but he never saw Excalibur.
Or Merlin.
Or Merlin. Merlin sucked. It was on BBC.
Phantom's going to start switchboarding with the others. Like, what do you guys think?
So what do you have left to do? It's not that he's ignoring Phantom. He needs an answer to this question before he gives him an answer.
Well, we have gathered most of what we need. We would need to travel to the campsite that you likely saw as I arrived. It is a place I have set up protections. Anyone there will be fine. There is some mystical preparations I would have to make. My good friend Eagle here, there's some technical devices he would have to adjust and set up.
Very important question. I do a lot of thinking now. The best thinking, but it's thinking nonetheless. Is this going to stop? I like this being able to think thing, even if I'm not the best at it.
I love the fact that you froze as you were saying stop.
Yeah.
And then it snapped back.
He's still like pointing at his head like this.
Uh-oh. I think the Clockwork Army of Oz just wound down. Why Nos and Dirk back up?
Pulls out a big key. Sunk.
That's it. We didn't have his thinking spring wound up.
I remember that.
So you've said you've got nearly everything you need. What else do you need?
We need your friend Osnadutta.
Because he's the only thing
And
powerful enough to power the thing that you need.
and the particular type of energy. As far as your question, my large metal friend, I don't believe it will affect your thinking any. I can offer no guarantees, but I do not believe it will. We will simply need to siphon off some of your power.
Some
Is it gonna make
Some,
him
not
dumber?
all.
in everyone's head, they see the image of a traffic light just flashing red. You know when the power's out and they have the red flashing light to because everyone needs to like
It becomes caution.
yeah, it's just the flashing red light.
The people that constructed you did an excellent job. But the power source they used, they did not understand. It generates far, far more power than you would need, than you need for your daily functions.
There's the yellow light.
Gladia's gonna take this chance to answer Phantom. I'm assuming I just have to think it and you're gonna hear it.
Yeah, your inner monologue, I should be able to understand it.
I don't know if I trust him. Nobody's ever this honest. The only thing they want to do is go home.
Well,
That's
Phantom will respond, I don't entirely trust him either, but if it means to stabilize the EZ and maybe even, help the government get restored, if we can at least take away the sovereign's biggest strength, that the EZ was the biggest issue that the American government did, and that they took control of it because the American government could be trusted. Well, think about it. They're the ones who started this mess. If they're the ones who can fix it, then the sovereigns won't really have a reason then to continue to hold on to power, or at least have a big reason if the EZ is stabilized, or at least closed. Think about it. If that can be fixed, then it might actually be able to remove this martial law. And maybe we can even once that is gone, maybe we can then have the sovereign's sins be revealed. Heck, finding your father, maybe even getting your mother back, might be a big thing. Besides, if we can at least have more allies, and maybe save the other supers in upper state New York, might be a way to help.
See, the government will get behind saving the other supers. Going after two individual ones, they're not gonna give a damn. You should know that well enough. You fought in their military. They didn't fucking care about you.
Of course they don't. But what's the alternative? The sovereigns don't care either.
I don't know. I can't say yay or nay to that. Because I don't know a single one of those sovereign. All I know is that the people that hired my parents left them there and went underground. And really, besides the issues with the EZ, it's been moderately peaceful since the Sovereign took over. More peaceful than that government ever had a choice in.
It wasn't perfect. But this country was founded on freedom, not on tyranny.
We have
sovereign. Freedom, so long as we don't upset the sovereigns. Freedom of speech, in certain cases, can be limited. We can't speak ill of them that well.
You couldn't speak ill of the government either. People had this nice little way of disappearing. Just like they do with the Sovereign.
Well, do you want your parents back? Because I think this is a good way.
Back with the Sovereign still in charge.
Well.
Now, I agree the EZ needs to be dealt with. I reserve judgment on whether or not I believe that government needs to come back.
Very well. If nothing else, if we can at least save this the United States from this EZ issue, then at least then we can discuss the future of the United States afterwards.
What do you
Asta
think?
Dirta out loud.
Cleopas, what do you think?
Well, it's funny to hear you side with the sovereigns when you've been so against them for quite some time, first of all. We could get our parents back, but will they really give them back without a fight? You forget that they're brainwashed. Do you think they're really going to revert their brainwashing so that they can remember us?
Look, I don't claim to have all the answers.
Y'all hear Fat Man. What are they doing? Because you've been standing there thinking at each other for a little while now.
Aussie was about to talk.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
They're thinking at each other, and it's really hard to do like vocal inner monologues and then talk conversation at the same time. But Aussie was, while they're doing that, is like, so what do you know about my power source?
Your power source is a mystical artifact. You are a combination of the mystic and the technological. Something the current government is quite biased against.
Okay.
I fear they would disassemble you first and ask questions later.
No, disassemble.
Well,
Well, as of right now, it's up to Astadurta. He's saying this out loud. If Astadurta
Okay.
wants to help you, I will come and help as well. Because I have no doubt if you're going to start trying to fix the EZ, the Sovereigns are going to figure this out real fast.
At
I
least
don't
the
know
teams that are nearby, yes.
Well, if this means that we can fix this problem, whether or not this is the U.S. government or the Sovereigns who fix this, I would rather make sure that the EZ is at least repaired, even if possibly sealed. If that's what you promise and guaranteed, and Astadurta agrees, I will fight to protect the ritual if that's what needs to be done.
I appreciate that. Now, yes, for guarantee, nothing in life is guaranteed.
Well,
And as far as sealing it completely, I don't know that will be possible with the damage done. But if we could just align it to non-hostile worlds, or at least worlds safer.
Redirect it instead of letting it run wild.
Indeed, indeed.
But ultimately, Asnadirta, it's your choice.
everyone in the link up says like a giant question mark. Astadurta, I had so about siphoning my power. Does that mean you're going? I have to stay there?
Oh, no, my boy, no. We simply need to tap your power source to get the spell running. Once it's up and going, it should be self-sustaining.
I see. I want to see my home return to its form.
It does look rather rough out there.
Yes. I will help.
You blanked that up. I heard I will help, and then you...
I will help. Yeah, well, I mean that's all you really need. But I said lowly for now.
Thank you, young man. He lets go of his spear, which just stands on its own, reaches out to shake your hand.
I shake his hand. I don't know my own strength, so I
He
kind of
does the whole...
the
he does
wrist
that
thing.
whole firm handshake and also kind of puts a hand on your, upper arm.
Yeah.
I will do my best to make sure that you do not regret this, and that you get your home back in the manner that you remember it. And it's 8:55, so we'll wrap there.
I was gonna say likewise to you, and then I was gonna be like, that's where we ended.
So, with a decision made, and our intrepid group of vigilantes headed further into the EZ, we're gonna find out just what's gonna happen next week on Icons. And
Should be
whether
the
or
season
not
finale.
we continue to fuck things up will determine whether or not we go for another week.
I almost did.
So just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow night with a streamed game with Curse of Strahd. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can find Captain Sack at Lucky Dice Cafe or Station Retro. You should check out both locations to find a game that you enjoy. He runs fantastic live games, and I hope you all have fun for anybody who goes out. Monday, we will be back with another episode of The Escorts. I hope you're all ready, because I'm excited, because I have no idea what's going to happen. Neither does the rest of the party. Tuesday, we are back with another episode of Esper Genesis, and next Wednesday, we will be back with what may possibly be our final episode of Icons, and then we may take a week or two break while we set up for the next one, but we will let you know. So with that, we would like to remind you all to be good to one another, and remember, roar for initiative.